Golden Gimel, page 267. Yesh mi she'omer she'af b'yom zeh makif lulav barova. He says, some say that when you do the seven, encircle the bima 7 times, you do it with the lulav, not holding the arova. Actually, in Ashkenaz, we don't hold the arova, right? It's towards the end. We take the arova. After we finish, we go back, we say all the other things, and it comes to a certain point, you take the arova in your hand, right? But the Mechaber says, no, it's only yesh mi she'omer, v'lo nogu came. So the Mechaber says, but that's not the minok. Elo lakif gam barova. That besides holding the lulav and esrog, you also hold the arova, which is not minig Ashkenaz. Let's see, Gimel. Shap yom zeh rotzloma kamo b'yom hakodem she'notel ha'arova l'shlo hukva ha'arova rak liyom zeh. On the first 6 days of Sukkot, you don't take the arova, right? When you do the Oshanas, you do it what? Just with the dalid minim. The nogu ken gam arova tama dover. The Gemara is plukta in makifim belulav or barova. There's an argument in the Gemara whether when you encircle the mizbeach, is it with the lulav or only with the arova? There shows firle kimadio makifim belulav. The first opinion the Mechab brings as a secondary opinion. Misha Omer, he's of the opinion, that opinion is following that they only encircle the mizbeach holding the dalim minim. Uminig olam ukadei lotzis koladeish gamad yom belulav ein posel imak v'arova. But factually, it doesn't invalidate it. If you also take the arova, it doesn't diminish it. That tell his kimachronim dem ein lulav beir yakif boshanu rabbe barova. He says everybody agrees. If you don't have a lulav, just don't walk around. But you walk around holding something. See, the question is, if you have a lulav, you also have the arova. But if you have nothing, and you have the arova, then definitely you should walk around with the arova. Let's see. Well, we'll see. Yeah. No, because we're going to see. That's what he said. What about if you have one arov? Do you have to have 5? What if you have 1? No, even 1. Even if you have 1, it's okay, right? I mean, on the mizbeach, they only had on each corner they had 1 arova. They didn't 5. There were 4 corners, and they would put 1 in each corner, and it overlapped the mizbeach. Let's see. Shir arova zu. What is the size of the arova? Afilu olo echod bevad echod. Yeah, it's a tiny piece of 1 leaf on 1 stem. You could divide it. Hagomi mechurhu lios ole echod bevad echod. But he says it's something which is inappropriate. That's not the way you do a mitzvah. Alkei nogalaso oshanas yofim. So therefore we make the oshanas in a very attractive way. Therefore, we do it. We'll see why it's 5. V'shir orko. What is the length of the arov? Shir orach harovish belulav, which is what? 3 tvachim. 3 tvachim. It should be 12 inches. A little less. Hagov chalaposu ba'arovish belulav, and whatever invalidates the arov lulav, meaning the species. Remember, it has to be elongated leaf. It should not have jagged edges to it. The edge of the leaf. So whatever it qualifies as a rov for the lulav, that qualifies for over here. It's Hoshana Rabbah. Posel ba'arova, chola posel ba'arova, sheblu posel ba'arova zu. V'chovit bo, and you take it, and you hit it, ala karka, or ala kli, pamayim v'sholush. You hit it either directly on the ground or on a vessel, twice or 3 times. Hagavi yeshomrim, that besides hitting it to the ground or on the, usually people use a chair, side of a chair, you should shake it, because that's what they did in the Beis Hamikdash. They would wave it. No good lasso shteyan. The meaning is to do both. You wave it and then you hit it. Menanim bo v'aka chovtim. First you go like this, and then you do it. Chovit means slam it. Doesn't mean hit. What? What do you mean? It's the Oshams are a separate group of arovos. You don't take it out of the lulav. So you don't have a bundle. Firstly, you're no longer holding the lulav. When you hit it to the ground, you're no longer holding the lulav. Probably not. Probably you shouldn't, because that arova was used for a mitzvah. Even though it doesn't make a difference still, but we dispose of it in a respectful way. Here, using it, I'm not sure. I mean, factually, we use the leaves of the arova for psamim. They put in the psamim. Well, that's based on the Gemara and Brochus, that if you use something for one mitzvah, it's used for another mitzvah, right? But you're not doing something which is abusive. This is like you're hitting it to the ground. No, we had earlier. No, till the end of the day, you can't eat the esrog. The esrog is designated for the mitzvah for the whole day. Same thing will be for the rest of it. Especially if you invalidate it. If you do it in a way just to waive it, it's not a problem. You don't have to beat it. Do you have to necessarily hit it in a way where the leaves fall off? We'll see. We'll see in a moment. Let's see Mishna Berura. I know. The Mechaber says 2 or 3. Let's see. Hoshanas Yofim. Hear this? Now he tells it. What we use 5. Right? The bundle is made of 5. It's preferable to have optimally 3. Ubeshem Arizal, Hari, Kosul Chamisha Badim. That's Kabbalistic. So the reason why most people have 5, it's based on it has a Kabbalistic source. No, when they sell them, it's 5. Exactly. No, there they charge for the bundle. They don't charge how many are in the bundle. Right. Okay. Comes from Australia. Okay. It's interesting. In the lulav we have 2 arovas. Of course, there's Arvei Nachal, 2. And yet, when it comes to Rosh Hashanah, we have 3. What is the 3? So he says, there's an opinion in the Gemara, Rav Nachman, who says you should have 3. So he says it's preferable, l'chatchila, to have 3, so you're covering all the opinions. Keshir orech, hainu shloshet tfochim, lo metzir shekilo, elo befratze, do ole echad. They were only lenient regarding how many leaves are on the stem. If the leaves all fell off, you only have 1 leaf, even that's okay. Some say they should not be tied together, which is not we have it. They're all bound together on the bottom, right, with a piece of leaf, right, from the lulav. Rav Moshe zakuso. Our meaning is we have they're bound together, all 5 or 3. Right, they're stolen, any of the dalid minim which are stolen or dry. Let's say it was wilted, it wasn't dry. It's kosher. They should be moist, because again, it's zekel levan veyu. You have that has Rai Madisa Sham Mishna Memhe Doi Minicha also Begigi or Shalzov. It says in Beis Hamikdash they would have these golden basins, and they would keep the arovas that they should be moist. They would keep in them, and this is not for daliminim. This is for the arov on the mizbeach, K'dei Moshu, that they should not wilt. Uvehu mishum hidur mitzvah. So again, you're doing a mitzvah. So what does he have? It's understood. The answer is because there's a minog. Factually, the mechaber we don't say a bracha. It's a minog. So maybe if you do something legislated as a halacha, so we apply the principle of zekei levan veyu. But something which is only a minog, maybe we don't apply the principle of zekei levan veyu. That he says, even though it's a minog, nevertheless, it should meet the standard of a mitzvah, which is zekei levan veyu. I'm saying this a little facetiously, eating latkes on Hanukkah. It's not a din, right? It's a minog to eat to things with oil, with milk, because to commemorate what happened then. It's a minog. These are all minogim. So the question is, quality of the latke. quality of the oil. This is Howard's domain. That's his domain. Okay. Ala karka al kli. It says when you hit the arova, it should be either on the ground or on the kli. Shemarizukos dafka ala karka yachbot he chavotos. Again, this is al pi Kabbalah, based on 5 times is Kabbalah, and you should not only on the ground, not on a vessel or. V'tov lachvot tchila ala karka he chavotos. He says, so to cover both. Firstly, you should take it, hit it to the ground 5 times. So this is the Arizal. V'akach ala kelim lo hosir olim. Why? You hit it on the kli because there's an edge. So when you hit it on the edge, that causes the leaves to fall off. But to hit it to the point where all the leaves fall off, that you don't do it to that degree. Okay, it's okay. A bench. No, same thing. No, it's a kli, even though it's attached to the ground, because it's only screwed. It's screwed. Wasn't built. It's not built on the ground. Okay. Hey. It's al pi Kabbalah. All this al pi Kabbalah. Hey. All this is all. It's all Kabbalistic. It's meaning Nevi'im. I mean, the arova represents. First, it says the reason. It ties into the. The arova is referred to in Torah as arvei nachal. It's preferable you should to have an arova that grows on a river by a body of water, even though you can plant arovas anywhere. Why? Because since on Sukkos, the Mishnah says the final judgment is how much water is going to be provided to the world. So the arova has to do with water. Arvei nachal. It's interesting. I once said something based on the Gemara in Sukkah. The arova represents the Russia, right? It has no food value, and it has no fragrance. The Russia, he has no mitzvahs, and he has no Torah. So there's no fragrance, there's no substance. So that's the representation. But it says, quotes a pasuk, but you take the rava and you associate it with water. What's water? Mayim. That's the rehabilitation. That's the rehabilitation of it. So I'm saying, so since Nidona and Lamayim, that's the reason that's the Minig Nevi'im. That's why specifically Hoshana Rabbah, with the final decision is meant how much water is going to be provided to the world. That's the reason why we take Ta'arova. That's Minig Nevi'im. That's the Minig. It's not a date legislated, but it's a Minig. Hey. Eino Niteles Elu B'fnei Atzmo. When you take the Arova, nothing else should be bound within its group. Avalim Yesh Biyado Davrach Ein Lochush. You know what he says? Even bound. It should not be yagod, but he says, but if he has something else in his hand, but it's not bound in that same band, it's not a problem. So if you want to hold a rava together with the lulav, it's not within the same band. You have the lulav and you have the rava. It's not a problem. The Kabbalah says it's bound together. It should be obvious. This is something independent. Your whole hand has to touch every part of the arova. Vav. Ein odom yotze yidechavos ba'arov shebelulav afilo gbiya osa shtei pamim. Here, ech l'shem lulav, ech l'shem arova. Yishom sheyotze. Let's see, he has the arov in the lulav. Takes the lulav. First time he takes it, al netilas lulav. So he was yotze. Now he takes it again. He has in mind, I'm taking it for the arava that's contained within the lulav. First opinion is you're not yotze. Yeshomrim cheyotze, but you are yotze. Firstly, him. Because he said before, we're not concerned about a chatzitza. See, dalet minim is not a chatzitza because every species in the dalet minim is supposed to be part of the group. But if we're being yotze or shana rabbi, you have to hold the arava. But he said earlier, chatzitza is not an issue. Because it's only minig, even though you're not holding, as long as it's in your hand, even though you're not directly touching it. So if that's the case, the first time you pick it up, you take the lulav, you have in mind to fulfill the mitzvah lulav. The second time, you have in mind for the arava. So, but you're not holding it because it's within the sleeve or whatever. It's not a problem. But he cites that as a yeshomrim. So preferably, it should be something independent of the lulav. Mishna Berura. The yeshomrim. Sheyotzi bo hainu hecho digbiosa pam sheni l'shem arova. Where you lift it the second time with having in mind for the arova. Yesheka b'zeh mishum l'shem mitzvah. V'da da'afilu dei rishona de'enu yotzi ba'arova shebelulav. According to first opinion, yotzi with arova in the lulav. Zedavka kozman she'agud ba'lulav im shar minim. Here's the question. What about take it out? It's now bound. When you're holding by taking the arova, you take the arova out of the lulav. Avalim hitir ogdo shalulav la'achad netilo. But if you undid the bond after you yotzi the mitzvah lulav, v'not la'arov b'fnei atzma pshita yotzi. It's understood yotzi. There's no reason why you shouldn't be yotzi, even though you're gonna knock off the leaves. The answer is because it's not being just abused. It's within the context of the mitzvah. It's not a problem. Okay. It's interesting, very often, if you ever see in a shul after Hoshana Rabbah, the leaves all over the floor. No, I'm bringing it at a point. See, if you take just the Hoshana itself, the leaves are not a problem, because it's not a mitzvah, it's a minog. But if you take the arova from the lulav, though that arova was used for a mitzvah, so now if you have those leaves on the floor, you can't step on them. Those leaves, it's not appropriate to step on those leaves. It's like you have a lulav and you step on the lulav. It's disrespect, right? Even though it's tashmisha mitzvah, but still tashmisha mitzvah, you can't treat even though you could dispose of it. You don't have to bury it, but you can't treat it in a disrespectful way. Some say it would depend. So that you have the arov, the leaves of the Hoshanas, is not a problem, because that was never used for a mitzvah. It's a minog, whatever.